It's Sunday night, and this is the Conjugal Visit on KGFRocks.com.
Yeah, the Conjugal Visits, we're back. We're fucking back, man.
I've always been here. You just didn't show up each week.
Oh, is that the way you're going to be? Hey, look, we weren't going to do a show Super Bowl Sunday, were we?
I don't believe so.
No. But we're doing a show tonight, and it's Grammy night.
And really? Who gives a shit? Because it's all
rigged.
Anyways.
It's all fucking rigged, ain't it?
It's rigged worse than the DNC, man.
It's rigged worse than the DNC, huh? Yeah, I'm afraid so, man. That's a gambling card. Hey, there's a thing out there, man. They're talking about all the gambling that went on surrounding the election.
Right.
And that nobody bet on Hillary Clinton to win.
Because everybody knew that she wasn't gonna. I mean, it wasn't like, the smart people knew.
Nobody was betting on her to win. The real true odds in Vegas was 90-1 that Trump was going to win that fucking election.
And isn't it fucking ironic that in the mainstream media polls, it was the opposite?
Yeah, they were trying to tell us.
Polar opposite.
They were trying to tell us who to elect, man. That's what fake news is. It's not all this other bullshit, man. It's like the fake news is the fact that, Hillary's a shoo-in. The polls are saying she's at 61% and Trump is at 48%. No.
Well, here's the difference between news like CNN and a show like the Conjugal Visits. A show like the Conjugal Visits is meant to have opinions. We don't report on anything. We talk about things we find out, where the news is supposed to be the source of unbiased news.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Right. So we're supposed to get the news from those sources, and then shows like us are going to
give our opinion of it. Right.
We're not a news show by any stretch of the truth. We're a talk show.
The truth left when Nixon got busted.
The truth
left. There was
no truth. There was never any truth. The trust left when Nixon got
trust left when Nixon got nailed. The trust in the news agencies went away. But I think the one thing that really busted news agencies like CNN and NBC, ABC, was the amount of news networks. They couldn't believe how many news networks came out of cable television.
Because of the profit factor, okay? You could watch CNN if you were, a Democrat or a liberal. You could watch Fox News if you were a Republican or a conservative. But here's the thing that happened is all these news agencies all of a sudden started making a ton of money, and they had to say, well, shit, we got to one up that other station. So they started making their own shit up.
They're making stories up. To get people to pay attention. I noticed that on MSNBC, and it's on your Bing or it's on your search engine whenever you go online and Google. It's always on Google. And you go in, and when you go to Google, it immediately goes to MSNBC, which is, pretty much owns Google. Google owns it. It owns Google. But anyway, and all they can talk about is movie stars and how to lose weight and who you're fucking ain't the right person to be fucking. And they're always telling you how to live your fucking life, man. And I don't fucking get it. I don't get it. Like, you know better than I do how to live my life.
Right. Well, what happened is like your local news, okay? You'll get more truth out of some of your local news than you will out of the big ones like
That's
CNN,
true.
the cable ones, because your local news is probably not as corrupt. They're probably not as paid off. Those fuckers are getting paychecks. I don't give a shit what they're saying. Oh, blasphemy, whatever. They're getting caught left and right by the so-called fake news, which is the YouTube news people and the Facebook news people. Which if you have a computer, you can actually find out the real truth, what's going on, instead of listen to anybody. You don't need the fucking news.
You can circumvent them guys, and that's what Trump is doing by using his Twitter account and using his Facebook account. Is he's circumventing these assholes, and he's saying what's on his mind. Now, granted, I mean, I think he's a little bit egotistical, okay, in some of his shit, but at the same time, man, it's like, how fucking refreshing is that? At least he's not, at least he's not telling us about his morning bowel movement. Okay.
Right. Well, you know what? I like him because I don't agree with everything he says, and I don't agree with every way he says things, but he's real, and people always wanted a real president. That's the thing that pisses me off, is that everybody wanted a real president. Now, because Hillary Clinton didn't win, the people that were for her are just terrible with the rallies and all this stuff. Let it go. Let the guy fuck up before you want to impeach.
Let him fuck up. Let him fuck up. And this thing about the temporary ban on travel, so that the Department of Justice and the State Department can get their shit together and work together to a common problem and to a common cause. I hope, and I don't mean this. I'm not gonna. I'll probably hit the tabloids for this one. But maybe I'll reverse it. I'll turn it around so it sounds better. I pray for these judges' sake that we don't get hit by a terrorist attack by someone who came into this country at the time that they put that stay on that bill. Between the time they did that and the time that it gets kicked over by because it's gonna by the Supreme Court, that it got kicked back. I hope that we don't get a terrorist attack from that time frame.
I know.
God help them judges. I mean,
really.
You're talking bringing back fucking tar and feather and shit. You know what I'm saying? I lost you.
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I was yelling at a person in the studio. I had a
Yeah. All right, relax. Take it easy.
Yeah, those things happen. But anyways, I don't want to be all political tonight because we were political for a long time. Here's the skinny in my mind. He's the president. He didn't cheat. Nobody cheated. He fucking won. Get over it.
Square. Get over it.
Let him do his thing. And if he fucks up, then I'll be on the bandwagon and impeach his ass too.
To be honest with you, man, he knew that he could win with the electoral votes. He didn't need the majority, and he played the game. But anyways, back to the music thing. Al Jarreau passed away today.
Mm-hmm. No, did he really?
Yes, he passed away today. Just got news this afternoon that he had passed away. He was only 78.
Did you say Al Jolson or Al Jarreau?
No, Al Jarreau.
Oh,
Al Jolson's been dead for a long time.
Yeah, did Al Jarreau? He did the Moonlighting song, didn't he?
Yeah, no, I don't know about that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. But anyways, Al Jarreau is a great R&B singer and jazz singer, and he will definitely be missed. He's quite an artist. He had just retired from touring due to exhaustion, and turns out he had a stroke and it killed him. So you know what happens when you retire? It's just like quitting smoking. You quit smoking, you're bound and determined to have yourself a fucking heart attack, man, without a question about it.
Well, I think it all depends on what you quit. I mean, like, if you quit doing, like, crack or something, I think you're better off.
Well, the problem is, if you quit heroin and you go back, you can't go back to the same dosage, man. You can't use the same dosage you used before you quit. Because it'll kill you. All right, don't be stupid.
That's the doctor's in the house.
The doctor's in the house. Medical update. If you're
With
a
Dr.
heroin
Kevorkian.
addict, if you're a fucking heroin addict and you quit using heroin, and however it is you quit it, and then you go back to it, do not use the same dosage you used when you quit. It will kill you.
And don't use your friend's needle. Get your own, you dirty
Get
bastard.
your own fucking needle too, yeah. And don't use the flint paper on your match head to sharpen your needles. Okay, it's just not advisable. So,
Yeah.
sick bastards.
Yeah, But anyways, heroin actually, not to joke about it, is becoming quite an epidemic in youths in this country.
Yeah, that's true.
Heroin has surpassed like cocaine and that as the drug of teens and stuff. And it's like, what? When I was a teen, yeah, we heard about cocaine and we had weed, but I never even knew what heroin was until I heard Nikki Sixx OD'd on it.
I think it goes through phases. Right now, we're in a heroin craze right now. We were in a heroin craze in the late 60s and early 70s.
Right, Jim Morrison, all them guys.
Morrison, all them guys were using heroin. Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin. Heroin was pretty fucking huge back in the 60s and 70s. And it was China junk. It was coming from China. This is different. This is coming from Mexico. And I know you don't want to get political, but the wall on the Mexican border is already causing an impact. There's been 247 arrests, including government officials in Mexico, for corruption, and the military has been called out in 4 sectors in Mexico, and they're going after the cartels.
Well, I got good news though from the Mexican government. They have, because of the wall, they hired somebody to help people get through. Still, they hired the Kool-Aid Man.
The Kool-Aid Man. Okay.
He's gonna bust through the wall and say, "Otzi." So look for your Kool-Aid Man in your local village.
Well, the thing is I think what happened is Trump said, "I tell you what, you go to the cartels and you bust these guys and you take all their money." And you take all that money and give us just 25%. That'll pay for the wall. It'll say that Mexico paid for the wall.
Right. Because Trump is a businessman.
Yeah, it's all about business. We're going to stop the cartels in your country, but you got to get rid of the fucking corruption down there.
But do you notice what I've noticed? And let me tell you what I've noticed. I'm not going to say he's doing a good job, whatever. But what I've noticed is every day he treats it like a job, which it is a job. You're not the king of America. You're the president of America. And he tells everybody every day what he's going to do.
You don't need beer summits for that.
Right.
You don't need to say that the police acted stupidly when you know full well you don't know the whole fucking story.
Right.
You don't go about making policy that changes the complexion of the police and law and order in this country. That's unconstitutional, and that is putting your fellow citizens at risk.
That's right. I'll change my own complexion. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Now, what about these fucking contrails in the sky?
Well, before we get into the contrails, I wanted to just mention, running contrails, but this will kind of tie into what the contrails I think are. Is the dam in California that's overflowing?
Oh,
now they've had no waterfall a year. Now they got all this water. Where did it come from that it's overflowing? First of all, well, the weather. I don't know. When you were a child and I was a child, it rained a lot in April and March, whatever, and you got beautiful flowers.
April
but then
flowers, Mayflowers, right.
And then it rained a couple times in the summer. Was it real good heavy rain? Then it came out and the sun was shining, everything dried up, and it was fine. We don't have weather like that anymore. The weather is becoming different, and like you said before, it's dragging on. It's going into the next so-called
The seasons are moving into one another now. It's almost like we're on a shift. It's going to be soon. You'll have spring for summer months like May, June, and July, and August will be more spring-like, and maybe August will start your summer, and you'll have warm temperatures all the way into November. Right. And you'll be in the 70s like we already are. I mean, last year, 15 days out of November last year in St. Louis, the temperature was above 70 degrees. And that's
ridiculous.
Not fucking normal. That is not normal.
You can thank those fake clouds that they put in the sky.
Yeah, it's all fake, huh? Well, there's got to be some kind. I'd like to know what the chemical is they're using, because those floods in California are fixing to fuck things up.
Right.
I got to tell you, if that dam breaks, it's over.
Well, that's the thing I don't get. What weren't they on a water ration all fucking summer?
Yeah, well, they've had 23 inches of rain, and the snow. They're having avalanches in the mountains, and the snow is so deep up in the mountains that it's heavy, and it's poor skiing because it's so heavy. There's too much snow. And when that snow melts, those dams are going to be in big fucking trouble. I'm going to tell you that right now. They're going to be in big trouble. So I'm thinking that there's going to be a catastrophe in California like no other. I'm just hoping a lot of people aren't in the way of what happens if that dam breaks.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But speaking of the contrails and that, they're nothing. It's just planes, flight pattern. Come on, stop just fucking lying to people. Just what are you doing?
Yeah, and the thing is why? What purpose does it serve to change the weather? That's what bothers me.
I don't know.
Because they can't change the daylight. Because if they change the rainy season, it's going to change our crops all up, right? But the sun in the summer months is what those plants need to grow. What happens if they shove it so far back that they've got warm temperatures in July and August, but they don't have the sunlight? So in other words, after the sun goes down, it's still 65, 70 degrees outside.
Well, I think what they try to do is only control precipitation, like rainfall, either make it happen or make it not happen. But, I think by messing with Mother Nature, whatever, you fucked up the balance of whatever and made things worse. Now, are we going to go global warming because of it? Who knows? Maybe. When you mess with things you shouldn't mess with, shit happens.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So you don't think it's all the chemicals we're spewing into the air and all the carbon monoxide and all that shit?
Well, that could be part of it. No, that could be part of it too. I'm not saying I'm not here to say that putting fossil fuels in the air is a good thing. No, it's not. Burnt whatever into the air is pollution. Okay, and not only may it or may it not ruin the environment, it's definitely fucking up your body. Right. So that it shouldn't be, but it's not the only thing I believe that's messing up the world, the ecosystem, whatever. Using the old McDonald's Whopper box styrofoam that's never going to decompose is not going to ruin the ozone or the world around us. But people fucking with nature are gonna.
Right.
Sooner or later.
Sooner or later, they're going to fuck things up. Yeah.
And if it's true, they already have been, because like we've all seen here in Buffalo, New York, last week it was 60-some degrees. Today it snowed a little bit. It doesn't know what the fuck it wants to do.
That's a whole lot of changing, man. That is like, wow, what the hell?
Wait, we're into February in New York, and our lake has never been frozen.
That's not right.
Right. But
I know. Last year it happened too, didn't it?
Yeah, but then at the end it came in strong and everything froze.
February and early March, you guys got clobbered, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it is now. It's mid-February now, and you're fixing to get another blizzard up there.
Well, that's what everybody you were saying in that, but I don't even pay attention to it. I don't watch the news. I don't watch the weather because you can't rely on it. I get up in the morning, look out the window. Okay, it snowed. I got to go shovel, whatever. Because I don't even waste my time with the weather report.
Okay.
The only thing that I listen for is like if I take my kids out to school in the morning, I'll check on the computer real quick to see what the temperature is, because I think they can't fuck that up. The current temperature.
The current temperature. They can't fuck that up. So right. Our meteorologists here in St. Louis are just horrible. They're just bad. That ice storm that I survived was pretty nasty, and they could have called that one and they didn't. So it was crazy. I spent 8 hours trying to get home. That was stupid, man.
They used to tell the weather by geographical things, or the wind is moving west this way and it's raining or snowing over here, so that could potentially push it this way. But now when you fuck with things, you don't get that the same thing anymore. It's not predictable anymore.
Right.
It becomes unpredictable, and the meteorologist becomes a non-existent job. You don't even need a meteorologist because you just look out the fucking window and you can tell because nobody knows what's happening next.
Right.
It's all guesses.
It's all guess. Yeah, and that's what I said. What are you guessing? You're guessing with my life. I guess I got to be like you. I shouldn't listen to the weather forecast. It's all bullshit. It's all good. Just you want a weather forecast? Look out the window, stupid.
Yep.
Look out
like
the window.
I only check it in the morning, the current temperature, so if they need an extra sweater or whatever. But other than that, I can give a shit about the weather, the news, or the weather. I can give a shit about the weather report because it's all 99% of the time, it's not what they say anyways. You know, like I've planned parties, picnics and shit. Oh shit, they say it's going to rain that day. Fuck it, let's cancel. And it was like the sunniest day in the world. You know.
Yeah, beautiful day. Yeah.
So I don't even care anymore.
Yeah. I dig it. Well, listen, our guest tonight is Rob Boyer, and he is waiting in the wings. And man, we're gonna do a new song from him tonight.
Cool.
And from the band Conquest, and it's called New August, but we're gonna do that later on in the show. But we're gonna be bringing in Rob Boyer, and Rob went to the NAMM, which is the it's the music world's trade show. It's where they sell guitars and basses and drum kits and keyboards and all the way down to the picks.
And all the new stuff comes out.
And all the new stuff comes out. Well, we're going to talk about some of the new innovations that he saw at the NAMM show. And we're also going to talk about Conquest, of course. They got a new album coming out this summer, and they got a new single out now. And then we're also going to talk about his show, which is so we got a lot to talk about. And you know, Rob, he can get political, man. He can get really fucking ignorant. So we're going to have our hands full with Rob tonight.
Well, let's bring the big guy in.
All right. Well, we're going to do Live Free or Die. And then we'll be right back with Rob Boyer as our guest. This is KGFRocks.com, and you're listening to the Conjugal Visit Show. All right.
Yeah.
That's rocking. We're back. We are back.
All right.
Hi.
We're back.
Hey,
Temporarily.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine, man.
Okay, good. Hey, we're here with Rob Boyer through Skype on our show. The Conjugal Visit. Rob, how the fuck are you, man?
I'm doing great, man. Like I said, like the Timbuk 3 song, The Future's So Bright, I Gotta Wear Shades.
I love that song. I used to play that on my show all the time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I do have, before we get into any discussion, I have some concert rumor news.
Oh, go ahead.
I have a document here that's rumored that Metallica is going to do a summer stadium tour with Avenged Sevenfold and Volbeat.
Nice.
That's probably pretty much what's going to happen.
Yeah, I believe so too. Rumors are always the precursor to it's coming.
And then they'll have some buy-ons on it, which is like some pretty good say what you would consider like a mid-level nationals that will buy onto that show as the third bill on it. So it's going to be it's going to be good, man. I'm thinking it's going to be a cool tour for them, actually.
Now, do you think they're doing this because of Guns N' Roses?
Man, I don't know. It's hard to say because I tell you what, I personally, in my opinion, think no. I think what it is what happened was Metallica went back to their old school, style, which is what people have been yearning for forever. And it's just blew up. I mean, they're like, "Whoa, holy shit, they're back!" And I just think just the resurgence of the old school fans and everybody getting behind them on it. They're like, "Man, we got to do something with this now." I mean, they're not spring chickens, obviously, so it's not like they've,
I'll tell you what,
I'm sorry.
It's the first Metallica album I've bought since the Black Album. Actually.
Right, and that's what I was about to say. I mean, finally a good rock album in 2016. I mean, how long did it fucking take to get a good rock album?
I
mean, we're talking, with a worldwide act. Okay.
Well, Really, the only bad album they had in that spurt, to my opinion, is Saint Anger, and that's just because the production quality of it.
That was actually a good album, man. They really shortened that album's, integrity, but actually, it was a good album. It just, sometimes as a band, I mean, I get when you got, you got probably about $800,000-900,000 budget, in a sense, for writing so many songs and how you're going to put them on your future playlist, whatever. Right. And then, you have the corporate behind you, because you got to remember, you got all this money behind you. At some point, you, as the four members of a band, don't become as significant as you think you are, because you've got all that money behind you that you're answering to.
Right.
And then they bring in all these fucking engineers and producers in that have this new way that we're going to do things, and for your best interest. And a lot of times it turns out it's not in your best interest. And that's what happened with Saint Anger. It's just the production was horrid, man. It was horrid. And, I think when they came out with Death Magnetic, they touched back on the old, Right.
And then Hardwired to Self-Destruct just is like, whoa, this is the album that should have came after Injustice for All,
Absolutely.
Right.
And it's, well, you know what I like about it? Okay, older Metallica, which was my cup of tea, James Hetfield sang in a more aggressive way, and the music was heavy. But now he's actually just singing, but the music's heavier, and it kind of works.
Right. Right.
So it's the first album of his non-aggressive singing, I think, that really works for them.
Well, it's a balls in your walls, straightforward, man. It's good old school Metallica. I mean, the only thing that would be missing is Dave Mustaine, honestly, in a sense. I mean, really, when you think back of how heavy and hard they wrote it with the cool hooks and the break stops and all that, and it's like, fucking, this is wicked shit, man. I was like, thank God you're back. Aliens have returned you,
Well, that's the whole thing, too, and a lot of people, like newer Metallica fans, don't realize Dave Mustaine is so much part of their writing style. I mean, he gave him a kick in the ass to get going. He wrote a lot of the earlier shit, on his own right, he's a great guitarist, metal guitarist, but I would love to see Dave Mustaine do an album with Metallica. That would be fucking.
I tell you, as they're all getting older and they're all kind of making up, as they say,
right.
What you will see is my personal opinion is you won't see like a Metallica album, for sake of argument, with Dave Mustaine, but I think what you'll see is a Hetfield Mustaine collaboration on a tune.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'll be something of that nature, or to be Hetfield will join Megadeth on a tune, something of that
like
nature.
They're doing. That's another thing that they're doing. Let's see, what was that? I heard that in Kiss as well. That Ace may be doing a couple of tunes with, Paul, and then they may be doing an effort with Kiss. He may come out on stage, they say, and join the band and that kind of thing, And a lot of bands are starting to do that kind of thing after they split. Okay, so that weighs a lot. The one new album that I've been hearing a lot of, I mean, KC's been playing the shit out of it, and that's the new Nickelback album. I was going to ask you what you thought of the new Nickelback album.
I think Nickelback is the gayest band that ever was created.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. But I want to hear Rob's opinion on it.
The new tune I heard the other day, I will honestly have to say I thought it was cool. As a matter of fact, it was so cool I didn't know it was Nickelback until the end of the fucking tune, and they said, this is new Nickelback. And I was like, you're shitting me, right? I mean, I actually thought it was good. I haven't heard anything but the new single that I heard on K yet, but quite honestly, I thought it was pretty cool. Now, the rest of the album, I don't know yet. I haven't given it a listen to. But the new song, man, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty Avenged Sevenfold-y in a sense, Oh,
don't put them in the same category.
I'm sorry, it is. It's the same writing style, man. I mean, it is basically, in my opinion, what happened with Nickelback, in my opinion, it wasn't so much that they were a bad band at all.
Right.
It's that how you say it in the industry, it was the absolutely over hyper, candy produced to the point where everything was absolutely perfect. They wouldn't even, there was no grit in it really, because I mean, my God, it was just ridiculous. And then with the media exposure, kissing their ever-loving ass.
They were like Hillary Clinton in that.
Just real, rock and metal lovers. They're like, fuck this. We already have fucking Def Leppard. We don't need another one of these. You know, I mean, come on, man.
But they were okay until when they did that. Oh my God, look at that photograph. I hated that.
Oh yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. That's when you start trying to bank dollars and media exposure for musical clarity and what you want to be as a band. I mean, now people always have the thing, oh, you're just a sellout. Well, not necessarily. There's a difference between a sellout and there's a difference between expressing cool shit. Okay, right. But it's how it's portrayed out to the audience. I mean, good example, Mastodon. Mastodon's got some new stuff out, and it's ballady. People are like, Mastodon, what the fuck are they doing? They trying to sell out? No, they're just explaining in a different way some of the hardships that they have personally went through in their fucking lives. I mean, you can't be fucking doing 200 beat per minute blast beats on the fucking drums and 100 fucking strokes a second, goddamn downstrokes on a guitar, singing about your fucking your wife passing away of cancer. I mean, you just can't. It don't work. So
well, it doesn't. You know who else did that this past or 2 years ago, and it was really great for them, was Disturbed. Disturbed totally changed their style. I mean, like, why is Disturbed singing Simon and Garfunkel? You thought at first, but it worked.
Well, their whole thing is what happens to a lot of bands as they get older, which we've done the same thing. Is you get a chance where you can actually revisit tunes that you grew up on and that you absolutely love, man.
Sure. Oh.
And so when you get a format in front of you where you can actually, like them doing Simon and Garfunkel Sounds of Silence. I mean, Draymond loved that tune. He grew up on that shit, man. I mean, and he just wanted to do it, his version of it. And so they did. So I don't begrudge any band doing that. We did it with Under the Influence,
Could you just imagine? I mean, the deafening silence in the studio when he finished that song in the studio. I mean,
it was fantastic. Great version,
I can guarantee you, the producers and the guys behind the boards went, "Motherfuck." That was great.
Well, you know what it is? It's he didn't carbon cookie cutter it, okay? He did it. Yeah. He did it his own style. And when I first heard it, I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I like that. And then as I listened to it again and again and again and again and stop remembering the Simon and Garfunkel way, I'm like, this is one of the best songs I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, it was really cool. I mean, that's the whole point. They kept it themselves. They kept their creativity as part of it, but yet they kept it true to the original. So they didn't butcher it, So so they made it like. And here's the whole thing about doing cover songs. And when you do them, you're not doing this. This is the way we look at it. Like when we did On the Influence, okay. When we did our album covers, we did not do that to be like, look at us, notice me. It wasn't a pat on our backs. It wasn't like, oh, we're so cool doing this. We did the songs because we loved the artists that we covered, but we also did it as a revisitation for those artists. So in other words, when people hear, like, say, our version, or when they hear Draymond doing Sounds of Silence, what you want the people that are listening to do is go, man, that was badass. Let me check out the original and see what it's like. That's what you want. You're doing it is to honor the artist you're covering. You're not doing it for you're doing it for yourself because you have to be you. I mean, if you try to take and mimic the vocal lines to be like that person, or you try to play the exact notes as that person played it, then you're just being a cover band. Okay. So, but when you're doing it in your style of playing, but however, you're not taking too much away of it. Like a good example is I've heard Billy Sheehan do covers of Rush, and as a bassist, he does Billy, but he doesn't try to either overplay it to say, well, look how much cooler I am than Geddy. He doesn't do that. He plays his style, but he honors Geddy in the way he plays. So that's where a professional musician really comes in, man. You want to honor the artist you're representing so that you can get that revisitation back to them. Give them the notice,
And by the way, not only because I'm from Buffalo, but Billy Sheehan is better than Geddy Lee.
Well, in reality, honestly, as a bass player, yes, he is. Billy Sheehan is an enigma. He really is. I mean, he's also a very, very cool guy to hang out with.
He is, definitely.
Well, speaking of guitarists and bassists and all that stuff, you went to NAMM out in L.A. this year.
Absolutely.
Did you see anything new, man? Anything that really caught your eye?
Man, everything's here's the deal. Everything's new every year. Yes, there are the same format is there. Mm-hmm. But it's different because every year you have new vendors coming in, new product lines. Of course, different artists from all over the world coming to it. This and that, and you're meeting everybody, you're hanging out with everybody, and the product lines are badass. Like for me personally, I hooked up with 3 new endorsements this year, which was very, very cool for me.
Congratulations!
Awesome. And doing doing a bass demo at the Amp Tweaker booth and stuff was actually really, really cool for me, because, getting to sit there, and what I was doing basically is Amp Tweaker is one of my endorsees, and they got a new pedal coming out for me, which is a compressor sustainer, but it's custom. It's badass. Musicians will know the jargon when they check it out, but it's coming out in late February for me. But anyway, long story short, it's really cool because I'm up there playing all my different bass lines, and I'm doing finger tapping and slap tap and all this, and what they're doing is they're adjusting the pedal to show how its parameters are versus like if this is a dry signal, wet signal, this is this. Well, anyway, that was very cool for me actually because that was the first year I've been a demonstrator. Years before we were always invited and we're there and we're hanging out with everybody and we're looking at the products, of course, because it's just one massive hangout. It's fantastic. But This year actually being a demonstrator was actually really cool for me. And then Blacksmith Strings and Aurora Strings hooking me up was, which is also real cool. So it's a lot of fun. And then the thing is, you got all the nationals, the big wigs that you see, that are there running around, and everybody is on even keel for sake of argument. Okay. Now, I know you guys have Mike LaPons on here several times and I play his music on my show. You guys play his music on your show with the Assassins and things of that nature. But you get artists like him, you get, Billy Sheehan for sake of argument, Billy Sheehan and Doug Pinnick, everybody else, and
I'd love to get
Michael Anthony was this year running around hanging out, and then,
cool.
All the major, anybody who's not on tour is there at NAMM. That's basically it. Whoever's not on tour is at NAMM. But everybody's so down to earth and cool because you get all these stories, and we'll touch on Dave Mustaine. Okay, everybody gives you these stories on how arrogant and what a prick so-and-so is to their fans and this and that and this and that. Well, honestly, when you're at NAMM, everybody is equal almost. It's just like, Dave Mustaine was one of the coolest guys on earth to hang out with. I mean, he's very, very nice, man. Just bullshitting, talking in general music stuff. Because you're basically everybody's talking the same language there. You know what I mean?
You're not fanboying it.
Yeah, there's fans there. There's people who actually go to NAMM so they can get in line to get autographs from an artist or what have you. But you really, you don't have to do that because the artists are walking around everywhere. I mean, everybody that I've met, honestly, I've met at the bar. You don't have these little satellite bars set up all over NAMM. And everybody I've met, because as soon as you get done doing a demonstration, or let's say, you're in line and you got, like here's Zach Wild, good example. And you got, 500 people in line to sign autographs and this. And when you're done, man, you're thirsty. You want to go fucking chill for a second. So the first thing you go is to the nearest bar and get a cocktail, even though Zach don't drink.
Right.
But there's water and there's sodas and there's shit like that there. You know what I mean? So, and it's just kind of cool walking around.
Zach can't drink anymore.
Yeah, right. Can't drink anymore. But
speaking of him, I just put money down. I haven't bought a new guitar in like 8 years, and his new line of Wild guitars are amazing.
Oh yeah, they had a booth out there. It was fantastic, man. That was part of the thing for me, was checking all the new instrumentation that from all over the world, and it's just incredible. And I tell you something, man. They always talk about these Japanese instruments, these Korean instruments, and all this, all the what I call the purists, the purists who say, oh, it's got to be an American Fender, it's got to be American, Les Paul, blah blah blah. Yeah, I get all that. I mean, I've got badass Specters, and I've got my Rickenbacker, of course, and I got my Precision, and I've got I got so many basses, I don't need this many here actually. But anyway, the point is I was down in the basement. There's 3 levels. There's the basement, then there's the first floor, then there's the second floor. And usually a lot of the imports are down in the basement because it's easier for them because, especially when there's a lingual situation where most of you speak the same language, but it's just easier as a buyer because you got to remember at NAMM was set up originally for merchandising buyers, for music stores to go check out the new product lines and purchase them, so they have the new runoffs for their stores. And what happened over the time was, You got the buyers. That's why it's called the National Association of Music Merchandisers. And then what happened was over time, you get the buyers coming in. Well, then you got to have an artist demonstrating that product for that buyer.
Right.
And then it just kind of blossomed and it's got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, But anyway, going downstairs, I was checking out so many incredibly made Japanese, Korean, and Indonesian instruments. I couldn't believe it. I mean, the quality was just through the roof amazing, And then, of course, the first level and second level, where you have all your mainstream, your Gibsons, your Fenders, your ESPs, your blah 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 blah, all your drums, pearls, and and everything, D drum and blah blah. It's cool, man. It's like it's just like being 6 years old and being in a Toys R Us, and
right.
It really is. It's just for musicians. It's just Toys R Us on steroids. Quite honestly.
When let me ask you, man, when you left the hotel, were all the windows still in place and everything was cool?
Yeah. Well, we at least deflated the blow up dolls.
Okay.
Did we didn't want the maids to have to dick with all that,
Right. Right. And you cleaned up all the condoms and everything is all cleaned up,
absolutely.
right? Oh,
yes.
excellent, most excellent.
Yeah. No TV thrown out the window or nothing. Yeah.
Actually, this year was great. We had an incredible hotel this year. It was brand new, and it was really, really, really nice, man.
Oh,
so
good,
it was
good. Well, give them a plug. Who was it? What hotel?
They were called the Country Inn.
In Los Angeles, the Country Inn.
No, in Anaheim.
In Anaheim.
Anaheim. They're called the Country Inn. It's actually it's a big hotel line.
The Hilton?
No, not the Hilton.
Marriott.
Carlson.
Oh, Carlson.
Carlson Hotels. Yes. Okay.
Yes,
nice.
It was one of those.
No, he owned WKRP in Cincinnati.
Yeah. Was there a bar at the hotel?
Oh, fuck yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh
nice.
Yeah. Hell yeah. They had Jameson cask baits, and they had Jameson Special Reserve, along with standard Jameson. So they had Tito's. So I was a happy guy at the bar, man. That's the first thing I did as I got there. Took pictures of the bar to send them to Yvette and said, "Look, they have my entire menu here." It's great.
Nice. Now you were in L.A., man. You were in L.A.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to go into L.A. and check it out, or were you just pretty much hotel?
No, we do every year, man. What we do is we fly in a day early, and so we always mill around Los Angeles a bit, and then we always head into Hollywood, and then. After that, we jumped down. We went down. We head down to the beach, hit the boardwalk down there, and we always have get a few cocktails, bite to eat, mill around a bit, and then later in that late afternoon or night, because we always fly in real early. So when we get there, it's like at the time shift and stuff. It's like 10 in the morning when we get there, actually. So right. we make a pretty good day of it. But then we usually around 4. That's when we start heading up to Anaheim. But here's what's fucked up, man. The traffic's so goddamn bad.
Right,
it was 3 hours. It's 3 hours to get literally, like, say, from Hollywood to Anaheim, which in a normal drive would take 25 minutes. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's crazy.
It's terrible. Yeah. Yeah, if you could do the speed limit, you could do it in 30 minutes. I remember.
Because it's the laid-back California attitude.
Oh, it's just traffic is fucking brutal, dude.
It is brutal. It is bad. Very, very bad.
Well, see, that's why, like here in New York, it's funny. If you learn how to drive in New York, you will be a great driver anywhere in the world.
Yeah. It's
Because
the same way in L.A. It's the same way in L.A.
Yeah, I'm sure in L.A. too, yeah.
If you live there, you know all the shortcuts. I mean, I know when I'm on the 101, I can take Sepulveda Boulevard. It's like taking Lindbergh here in St. Louis. You avoid all that fucking highway traffic, but at the same time, you run the risk of running into some shit. So there's no easy way out. And in L.A., if you make the left turn, you made the wrong fucking turn, man. You just made the wrong fucking turn. So I know L.A. traffic. L.A. traffic is a nightmare, and you just have to know what time to travel. If you have an option to what time to travel, then take that time.
I want to go through Compton.
You want to go through Compton? No, you really don't. Not as
playing.
No,
playing,
you really don't.
I want to go in my convertible playing Pat Boone heavy metal album.
Really piss them off. Pissing them off. So, listen, Conquest has a new album, man, or a new album coming and a new release. Well, tell us about the new release first.
Well, what we did was for New Year's Eve deal, we did a free download as a preview to the new album coming out, which would be late 2017. So it's a tune called New August, and it's a groovy little number. So we just thought, hey man, this would be a cool release. We had a few of them because almost all the mastering is done. We've got 3/4 of the album complete with mastering, but the guy, publicist who works with the band, reviewed it, and we had several people listen to it, and they're like, yeah, we like New August. We want that one to be let's have that one be the single release out for New Year's Eve. So I thought, okay, sure, let's do it. Why not? And that's where we just said, hey, let's go for it. See what. And so far, we've actually gotten some really, really great reviews. What's really cool is we actually, starting in May, they picked us up on Sirius XM. They're going to start running us in regular rotation from now on.
Awesome.
Oh, excellent. Good for you.
Which is really cool. And what's cool for us is because of the diversity in our style of music. Mm-hmm. Because we have some songs that are thrash, we have some songs that are good old school sounding metal, and
right,
what have you. It was kind of funny. They said, well, we can conceivably have you at one time. You can be on Liquid Metal and on Octane and on Ozzy's Boneyard at the same time.
That's awesome.
So we're like, yeah, cool. So we're all excited about it. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be cool actually driving down in my vehicle with Liquid Metal on or Octane or something and hear myself being played. I mean, that's pretty cool. We've been played on stations across the world for a long time, and it's cool, Mm-hmm. But something I've always wanted to be on fucking Sirius, man. I've always just wanted to be on Sirius.
No, that's a big deal.
We would love to be on Sirius Radio. That's for sure. I mean, KG,
I would love to be on the Howard Stern show. You could just fucking make fun of me for the whole thing. And still come back the next day.
Guido, how did you get the name Guido?
How did you get the name
I can see
Guido?
Stern doing his shit.
Yeah, causing trouble. What's this?
By the way, Guido, real quick, I want to throw this out there while you're up there in New York. I'm going to give a big shout out to Pat Campbell, the great Pat Campbell, guitarist for Blind Man. Great band out of Connecticut area, and they're really moving some worlds right now with their new music. So he's a really cool guy. He's a fellow Namster as well,
Oh, cool.
And so I told Pat, he knew that I was going to be on the show tonight, and I just want to say, hey, give big shout out to Blind Man out of New York City. So anyway, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. No, that's okay. No. Blind Man. What's the name of the band?
Blind Man.
They're called Blind Man. They've got a really cool tune called Melting that I play on my show.
I'm not paying attention. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you never do. I tell you what, Blind Man is like one of my favorite songs ever by Deep Purple, or ever actually.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, great name for a band, And there's another concert I want to talk to you about, Rob, coming around. I'm actually going to this concert. It's gonna be the first time I see either band. I'm kind of excited. It's Iron Maiden and Ghost.
Oh yeah. Well, I tell you what, Iron Maiden, yes. I'm on the fence about Ghost, man. Me and Freeze actually discussed this on the chat line. Mm-hmm. I'm not 100% on the Ghost train, man.
Really?
I'm not. I don't know what it is. I'm just not there. It's kind of to me, Guido. It's kind of to me like it's like Blue Oyster Cult. Never made the big hit radio scene. It was just kind of like a B-side, but it wasn't even the really cool B-side.
Right.
I don't know, B-side. Man. I mean, I'll give him a more objective listen to.
He's so right in his description because he sounds like, you notice that BOC usually took their songs to like a crescendo, but it never reached that rockin' crescendo where it fucking just got heavy, fucking raunchy, dirty, nasty, down and gritty. And that's the same thing with Ghost. They just never seem to get there.
All right, now you just ruined it for me because I kind of like Ghost, but I fucking hate Blue Oyster Cult. So now I'm,
Man, if you sit down and listen to a lot of Cult, and then you listen to Ghost, man, the similarities are ridiculous.
I'd rather listen to Yanni.
Listen to
or Zamfir on the pan flute.
Exactly. But I never got into the Blue Oyster Cult. I don't know why. But, there's a lot of good concerts coming this year, but I've noticed that all of them, the good ones at least that I want to see, are old people. Like Guns N' Roses, Iron Maiden. It's like, is this old, dude. No, am I getting old, or is it the fact that music just is dying? What's going on?
Here's the deal. What's going on is, in my opinion, is years ago, because we're all the same age, we're all middle-aged guys, man, just digging fucking old school music,
Right.
And years ago, you had guys writing music for music because they loved music, and they put their heart and soul into every tune and they dug it. What's happened with all what I call them all the boy bands that are out now,
right.
And the boy rockers and the boy bands and all this is that they don't write albums. They don't write. You'll never see your Queensryche Operation Mindcrimes ever again. You don't see things like that because they write songs to be sold as a song.
Right.
And everything is so freaking hyper media produced and looked at and scrutinized, and it's studied by fucking NASA basically to see, is this going to be a hit? Is this going to be the one that we will get airplay across the nation with? Is this, and this? And what happened, honestly, on that is it's not so much the band's fault, the younger bands and this and that.
Right.
It's honestly, you can't take the gamble on writing full-length albums and putting the money into them any longer, because with the onset of illegal file sharing, your Napster-ish days and things like that, a band could put $1 million into an album, and it would take forever to regenerate that money back to its investors because it's being stolen the minute it hits the goddamn airstreams. I mean, right. Everybody's. So that's why you get bands that basically write a song, and that's the number one song that they're going to sell, and then the rest of the shit on the album's fluff. Well, right. You get back to your Priest, your Maidens, your Metallicas, early Metallicas, and thank God resurgence of, and all them, they wrote albums. I mean, even you go back to your old schoolers, man, your King Crimsons, your Deep
Purples,
your Deep Purples. I mean, Rush, they wrote albums. They wrote
Kansas.
Right.
So you're basically saying that the rock industry is now emulating what the pop industry has always done.
Absolutely, 100%.
Because why should I have to bust my ass and write an entire album when I could write just one song and make millions on one song compared
but isn't
to
that
what
a shame?
Used to make on an entire album?
Right, but isn't that a shame and heartbreaking that us as rock fans became rock fans because we didn't want that one hit. We wanted a whole album that we could just put on and pack bowl and do whatever you needed to do and listen to that album.
I got albums. I got albums, man. I got albums where I played the number 4, 5, and 6 songs so much that I wore the vinyl down on them. And the first 3 songs I never played, I never listened to them because I could turn on the radio and hear them any fucking time I want to. And I know the good stuff is deeper in the track. Well, that's not what they're doing anymore. They've completely walked away from the concept of album-oriented rock, AOR, and it's gone. It's fucking gone.
Well, it's always been weird. Like the 3, and it's worked like this for a lot of people in my music listening world. When I was a young kid, the album that I wore out the most was my Partridge Family Greatest Hits album. Okay, I'm a young kid. Partridge Family, okay? But then...
Wait a minute. I'm going to puke. Wait, hold on.
Well, listen, I'm talking about 6 or 7, all right? But then, I got Destroyer in my hands from Kiss, as a preteen. And it was done. I was done. No more pop music. No more one hit.
No more
blah,
AM.
Blah, blah.
No more AM radio. Yeah, I know.
But that's how it used to be. You listened to the poppy music when you were younger, and as you became a teen and into adult, you went to the rock because it was different than that fluffy pop. But now it's all the same. So why have genres? And for Christ's sake, tonight Lady Gaga singing with fucking Metallica on the Grammy.
Yeah, I personally believe that's a fucking mistake on Metallica's part.
Absolutely.
I think it's a huge mistake, but it shows again where the music world is going.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's unfortunate, but the main. Man, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Lady Gaga walked out on the stage in a couple of shows that they're on tour with. I mean, I would not be surprised.
Well, then one of them better be fucking her.
Well, you know
Yeah,
what?
no shit. I'm hip.
I gotta be honest with you. I do her, but that's not the point here. The point here is that's where I mean they might as well do a duet with fucking Adele.
Oh, you know what they should do? They should do. Hold on, I knocked my headphones off. They should do James Hetfield. James Hetfield and her do "Don't Go Breaking My Heart." Come on, can you see that? You know? You'd be like, "Don't go breaking my heart." Yeah, you know,
that's great.
I would fucking buy it.
I think poor fucking Elton would have a goddamn heart attack.
Oh that would be the day. That would be the true day that the music died.
Yeah, February 3rd, lose. It wouldn't be there no more.
Oh, they could even do a duet and knock 3 times. So they could do that Captain and Tennille kind of shit.
All right, now Orlando and Dawn, by the way, but okay.
Now we can get off of that shit. Okay, we're gonna we're gonna do New August, and we're gonna ask. After we come back from playing New August, we're gonna ask Rob the dying question that all of you want to hear out there is why did the sky turn red for a day last week? And we're going to get into that conversation and a lot more when we come back. This is the Conjugal Visit Show, and you're listening to us on KGFRocks.com.
Because I'm
New August
building.
New fucking August, man. Good fucking stuff.
Good shit, man. You know
good
what?
Stuff, man. God
you're
damn.
Right about Conquest, though. Sometimes we have many songs of Conquest on KGF, and sometimes a song will come out and I'll be like, "Oh, that's cool. Who is that? Oh, that's Conquest. Wait a minute. That doesn't sound like the last song that just played." You know, like you confuse me sometimes because you're versatile. You know, it's just which is a good.
We
thing,
kind of write
you know?
from how we feel at the moment, man. I mean, it's just we don't try to pigeonhole ourselves into an exact genre of how we have to play. Because you don't want track 1 to sound exactly like track 12 every time. So
only AC/DC gets away with that.
Right. True.
Yeah.
But it's just. But if they deviated, there would be a big problem. You know what I mean?
They won't go outside of their comfort zone, and I think.
Oh, you know what's funny
you
though?
Guys do that.
It's like bands like that go out of their comfort zone. Sometimes it doesn't work for them, but for you guys, it does work. And I can't pinpoint why it works for you is not other, but it really does work for your band. You know.
Well, you know, it's the whole thing is it's just like we never wanted. Like I said, we just never wanted to be stuck in a genre, and I tell you why that works for us well because when we do road shows. And we play with a lot of other nationals, you know, so we can real easily. And Conquest has, of course, in the past, you know, played with Slayer and Exodus and Testament and shit. But also Conquest can turn right around, and we just play with Jackal at Pops, you know, with Jesse James Dupree, and play with Sebastian Bach, you know, from friggin' old Skid Row and things of that nature. And Jack Russell's Great White. We just played up in Chicago with come on, Diamond Head.
Cool.
So the thing is, what's cool about the way our style of writing is that we can jump across boards and still play really fun, cool gigs, and we're not, you know, only held to a thrash metal, you know, niche, and that's it.
Yeah, right. Well, and that's great because you know what, another band that became better as we were talking about bands, how you know they progress and whatever. Anthrax, man. Anthrax last album was their best album ever.
Yeah, so that new song, Breathing Lightning, is badass, man.
And that's one band that matured, like, greatly. You know, and, like, Wine, man. They just got better and better and better each year. And, like you said, Breathing Lightning is probably my favorite Anthrax song of all time.
As a matter of fact, Derek and Joey Belladonna are really good friends.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Oh yeah, they chat. They're fucking on the phone with each other all the time and hang out with each other every time they're in town. What's funny is Anthrax was just here. They were just here with Slayer and Death Angel. And I asked Brumley, I said, "Hey man," I said, "You gonna go catch Joy tonight?" He said, "Nah, I just fucking talked to him for 2 hours yesterday on the phone. The guy never shuts up." He goes, "You see him, just tell him I said hello. They're coming back through. I'm gonna catch him on the next show." I'm like, well, that's cool, whatever.
Yeah, catch him on the next show.
I've met those cats up at NAMM actually, not this year, but the prior year, and hung out with them all. This is right when Rob had just left and went with Volbeat, Rob Gagliano. Right. So it was actually 2 years ago. I'm sorry, 2 years ago. And Frankie Bello and those guys, we were all just sitting around the bar, just cutting it up and having a great time, man. Super cool guys, man. Scott Ian can be a little bit of an asshole. And I don't think it's him personally trying to be that way. I just think it's his line of sarcasm and wit.
Right.
And if you don't hang around people like that, you don't know how to take him. And and I got it. It's no big deal. I thought he's hilarious. He's bullshitting with him, but some of the other people that we were with, man, that guy seems like a condescending ass. I said, "Oh man, he's got that Jersey wit about him, man."
He's a New Yorker, right. That's how we are. We talk shit about everybody, It's
like my buddy Pat's the same way, when we were hanging out, when I told you in Blind Man, it's funny just sitting talking to him because, like you said, there's that New York sarcasm, that wit.
Yep. Well, that's how it is. If you don't make fun of your friends here in New York, that means they're not your friends.
Right.
Oh yeah. You gotta have a sarcastic life, man.
You gotta bust balls, man. That's all.
Yeah, you got. If you do something stupid and they don't bust your balls, then they're not much of a fucking friend.
No.
Okay. They're not much of a friend. It's like having a booger hanging out of your fucking nose and your friend doesn't tell you, "Hey, you got a hanger, man."
Well, not only just your friend. One time we went to Cedar Point, and my mother and father-in-law, and my mother-in-law comes out of the bathroom, and the seat cover was hanging out of her pants, and my father-in-law was like, "Shh, don't say nothing." I'm like, okay. So for about an hour, she's walking through Cedar Point with the toilet seat covers hanging out of her pants. So, it's not even just your friends, family and wives and husbands do it too,
All in the name of love, man. All in the name of love.
Right. So that's why I always say,
what an asshole. All right.
Rob, are you going on any? I'm sorry to cut you off, right? But are you doing any shows upcoming soon?
For Conquest? Yeah, we have March 18th at Pop's concert venue here at the Sauget, Illinois, which is one of the coolest venues around next to the pageant, And we're that's our show, and we're hosting it. And working with us that night, we've got a band called Systems of the Universe, which is an old school Black Sabbath tribute band.
Oh, cool!
Which we know these guys; they're very, very, very cool guys, man. So it's really going to be badass and fun just getting to work with them, And sure. Then the other band that we're working with are also very good friends of ours, and they're called Killer Instinct, and they are a tribute to Iron Maiden, and they are wickedly spot on good. They are really good.
They are. I saw them a long time ago. A long time ago. God damn, I can't even remember how long ago it was. I saw them at the House of Rock.
Yeah,
in the heyday of the House of Rock, and they were phenomenal, just phenomenal. These guys were good. So they bring Maiden. They do if you're really a cool fan of good old Maiden. and they even play it, man. They even play the act. They are Iron Maiden when they're on the stage. And speaking of that, so what's this for the tribute band going without the genre or the style?
Well, here's the deal, man. In the Lou area, we've got a tribute band that's really recognized. Number one, here it is. Okay, St. Louis is a Sammy Hagar town, hands down. It just are. Sammy never became huge until St. Louis, and that's just the absolute fucking truth, man. Yeah. And started out years ago with Super Jam at the ball field and everything else.
At Busch Stadium, yep.
At Busch Stadium. And Sammy, his notoriety across the country was always a main support. He was never a headliner until he started coming through St. Louis. And as soon as he's come through St. Louis, he's doing Busch Stadium. Then he's doing Savvis Center. He's doing all the major arenas, okay? And, Scott Trade, what have you. And Riverport, blah, blah, blah. And so Sammy is just it's a St. Louis always fell in love with Sammy. They just love him, man. That's just it, nutshell. So in town, we have a band that a good friend of mine and yours, Todd, Eddie Christ. He was in a cover. He was in a cover band for years with two guys, and they were called Incognito. It's just a bar band. They were a good bar band. If you want to go on a Saturday night here, let's go hear a good bar band. These guys are fun to go hear. Well, they always did tons of Sammy because Eddie loves Sammy, and he just loves doing it. So Eddie came up with the idea. He's like, hey man, why don't we, since we're already playing like 9 Sammy songs a night, why don't we just go ahead? And that's what they're becoming popular for. Why don't we do a Sammy Hagar tribute? So Eddie, so he'll appreciate that. Flurbing it up and actually calling it Sammy. Anyway, so Eddie says, hey man, let's do this for real. Let's really do this for real. Right. So Eddie came to me, and in the band was Tom Ackman and Bobby, the Deskins, the drummer. Okay. And then they had a guy, Paul Smith, that was on bass, cool bass player. And then they had a keyboard player. I don't even remember his name at that time. So Eddie came to me and he's like, man, he goes, we got this fucking cool thing going. He goes, what we're doing is we're doing a full scale Sammy Hagar tribute. We're going to call it Red, a tribute to all things Sammy. I said, brilliant, man. Brilliant fucking idea, man. But they didn't have a show. They didn't have nowhere they could take it. They were shopping at Pops. They were shopping at House of Rock, Vernon, those guys. No one would give them a fucking listen to. So we had a show at House of Rock as Conquest. So me and Derek were in the kitchen, and Derek goes, hey man, he goes, we need to find a cool act to work with us for House of Rock, And I said, I got one, man, if you want to do it. He goes, well, who is it? I said, well, they're called Red, a tribute to Sammy Hagar. And at the time, Eddie, because Eddie and the band was an East Side band. They were doing all like
Granite City,
Wood River, Alton, Edwardsville, all that area. And Brumley's from South St. Louis, or actually he's South County now. Right. But he's like, well, man, I've never heard of him. I said, trust me, dude. I've played with these guys for years. I know them all. Me and Bobby and Tom have worked together. Me and Tom personally have worked together in bands for 20 years. So they're good. They're good, man. It's a Sammy Hagar deal. So Eddie's like, well, cool, man. If they want to do it, let's try it out. I said, well, this is their trial run, dude. He goes, Brumley's like, you mean they've never even done a live fucking performance? I said, look, man, they've done the same live performance 1,000 times in bars, but just not under the name Red. They're going to be cool. Right. So Derek's like, all right, well, let's do this, man. Let's do this. So first night, we hosted a show. We had him open up. Eddie at that time had never donned the garb. He had never wore the Sammy wig, the glasses, the Sammy attire, with the Hawaiian shirts. He had never done that. Yeah. And it was wild, man, because we were all standing there. They were getting ready to go, and all the band had just walked out, getting ready to get on stage. And Ed comes out of the fucking dressing room, and I turn around and go, who the fuck's that guy?
Didn't even recognize.
Yeah, didn't even I told Yvette, I go, fuck, man, they've got some really cool Sammy fans here. They're even dressing like Sammy. Didn't realize, and that was fucking Eddie. Yeah. And then I realized it. A buddy of mine, Darren Boyd, man, another legendary guitar player in our area. Darren goes, now the shit's getting real. He goes, that's Eddie. I said, you're fucking kidding me. I said, oh. So I walk up and said, Eddie. He's like, yeah, what do you think? I said, badass. This is great, man. So they got on stage and they ruled. Period. Okay, they ruled. And I knew that. Good. I said, guys, this was all it took. And that night, Vern signed them to their own deals at House of Rock. Right. Brumley went straight to Rich at Pops and said, hey, man, look, we got a band for your tribute series. You've got to put them on. You've got to put them on. And actually, Derek Brumley really went to bat for Red quite a bit. The band members of Red, Eddie knows, but the band members of Red will never understand how much Derek Brumley went to bat for those guys and got their first cool gigs at Pops, And so they got in there, and Todd, like you know, it just they were great. It just got better and better. But the key to the whole thing was Eddie, man. And here's the deal. Because Eddie put his heart, love, and soul into this. Every time that they would do a concert, he brought the people into the crowd. Okay? Right. He made it an event. Tried to make it as real to a Sammy experience as you could get.
That's true.
Without being Sammy. And the reason he did it was not because, look at me, I'm cool up on stage and, you know, we got, you know, 800 or 900 or 1,200 people in the room and all this shit. He did it because they love Sammy. He loves Sammy, man. He just loves his music to pieces, man. And so it's just like I was talking earlier. You're given a revisitation to that artist by honoring that artist and flattering them by playing their music. So people, man, I didn't know this. I forgot about that song that Sammy used to do. I got to check that out now. Okay.
Right.
But then what happened is, and this is my personal opinion, and this may sound, as they say, gossipy, but it's really not actually, because you got to remember,
it's public. It's on Facebook, so it's public.
I've worked with Mr. Deskins, and I've worked with Tom Ackman, and Tom in a lot of different bands, and Bobby in a couple of different bands with Tom and Eddie, you know, cover bands in the future. And the thing is those guys have this idea in their fucking mind, which makes no sense. They've never got over the high school Battle of the Bands mentality. They just never have. In my opinion, what was going on is Eddie was getting all the fucking attention and getting all the notoriety and all, you know, and all the respect in a sense as a cover artist doing Sammy's music, this and that. And Bobby and Tom were not, and they were getting hyper, in my opinion, jealous of it. Like they wanted more notice me, and I'm like, wait a minute, you know, listen, you fucking clowns.
It's Sammy Hagar.
It's Sammy fucking Hagar. Just play the fucking parts, play the music. You know, that's what he's supposed to do.
If that was the case, then they should have been a Van Halen tribute band.
Right, exactly.
If that were the case. And it would have been Sammy with, you know, it would have been the later ones. And they had plenty of music for that. But that's not the point. Okay.
But here's the thing, too, though. If Eddie was the main attraction, well, then I can see Eddie doing it himself. And people are going to go see him if that's what they were going to see anyways.
So what these guys did was, which I think is the most ignorant bullshit. And there was some drama within the band, which there is with all bands. But
Right.
It was what I call it one-sided drama. What was going on, quite honestly, I can't really get into a whole lot of Eddie's personal situation, but Eddie was having some health scares, quite honestly. And he was having some issues, you know, at work, and you know, and that draws on your mind, man. You know, that you know, can make you withdraw a bit when you're worried about your fucking health and you're worried about shit going on at your work, you know. And so the happy-go-lucky fun Eddie he was more serious, okay, for a while there. Well, the guys in the band were like, especially the guitar player and the drummer, like, oh, I can't believe Eddie's, you know, just coming to rehearsal and fucking doing the songs and just leaving, not really talking to anybody. And he's doing this. He's being real standoffish. He's getting in their mind, he's getting too big-headed. He's getting this, he's getting this, he's getting that. And the reality of it had nothing to do with that shit, man. The guy was having some major issues going on in his life. And those two fucking clowns were too immature to understand it, to even ask him, even say, hey, Eddie, man, we noticed you're not, what's going on, man? You're not the same as you were. Is there something you want to talk about? Nothing like that. These two asshats took it upon themselves just to be judgmental pricks. And I can say that because I've worked with them both. Bobby's not as bad as Tom. Tom's the worst on earth. I mean, I swear to God, man, in the Lou area, he's got to be the worst, most hated guitar player there is because he's so fucking arrogant, man. And I'm not trying to be mean, Tom, and if you're listening, I hope to God you are. You know, yes, we're still going to go to Cancun, and yes, we're going to go to Morrison's and have drinks and shit. All this I say to Tom to his face. So it's not like there's anything hidden, you know. Right. But he's an arrogant prick. Great guitar player, but an arrogant prick.
So he's like the king of the asshats.
Oh, yeah. So what they did is they felt that they were having issues with Eddie that never even fucking existed. So what they did is right at Christmas, I noticed something was up, man, because I always have the Boyer annual Christmas night extravaganza at my house. Okay.
Right.
And, of course, Eddie and Becky's here. And, of course, Ackman's here. Tom's here. All of everybody's at my house. And I noticed, man, there was this disconnect between Tom and Eddie that night. Eddie's, hey, Tom, what's up? Hey, I was starting to look at, like our spring shows. I'm starting to look at this. Tom wouldn't recognize anything. He wouldn't even acknowledge Eddie. And I was sitting right next to him. And I just kind of looked at him like, what the fuck, dude? Because me and Tom have had our own issues because we were in a band called Bonehead together, honestly, as a little cover band. And me and Tom got into it so bad one night at a gig. He fucking jumped up and we were at the bar right after the first set. He's like, well, I made a comment about being in a real band versus a fucking cartoon cover band, and he got all pissed off. But there was more that led to it that prompted me to say that. Trust me, as a guy who's played in cover bands my whole life, there was a little more that was brought into it. That's why I made that comment. And Tom's like, well, you can take your real bands and shove them up your ass and get the hell out of here. And I said, okay, I will. So I walked right up and had a few people pack up all my gear, and I left the fucking room.
That's rock and roll.
So, that is rock and roll.
So then what was great was it was a Friday night, so the night was still early. So then I and about 40 people, they all left the bar with me, and we all went down to Morrison's and got drunk on our ass, had a great night. But anyway, that's just the kind of person Tom fucking is. So what happened is right at Christmas, what Tom and the asshat Bobby were doing behind his back were auditioning singers. Okay. Wow. Not even being cool enough. And I had talked to Tom about this actually prior, because he had talked we were having problems with Eddie. We're listening. I said, are you really having problems with Eddie, Tom? And I said, look, man, I said, why don't you guys sit down and ask him what's going on? And just be honest. Hey, look, Eddie, is this something you're not happy with anymore? Is it something you're just getting bored with and you're burnt out? Do you want to go another direction? Do you want us to go another direction? If you want to do something on your own, go for it. We'll find somebody else. We'll try to keep going, whatever, man. But you're middle-aged fucking dudes, Discuss this shit, talk it out. They never fucking did that. So they went and got another singer. Actually, they were turned down by one singer. There's a guy named Bob Freewall called Bob the Builder, and he has a tribute band called Three Lock Box, tribute to Sammy. And very good, very, very good. Looks the part, sounds like Sammy and all that. But they only do, and that actually has St. Louis's legendary #1 cover or tribute guitar player, which is Mark Crowell. Ackman is so fucked up in his life right now. He's trying to grow his hair out and get a goatee to look like fucking Mark Crowell even. It's fucked up. You got a fucking tribute artist trying to be so tribute that he's a tribute to the #1 tribute guitarist in fucking St. Louis. Tell me that ain't creepy as fucking hell, man. So anyway, but they only do old school Sammy from Montrose up to the first live album. That's all they do.
That's all they do.
Great at it, but that's all they do. Where Eddie was way more well-rounded, okay? Because they did everything from Van Hagar to from Montrose to Chickenfoot to everything,
Everything,
so anyway, right. So what they did to Eddie, which was so fucking bullshit, was not only did they so Bob Freewall told him to fuck off. You guys are clowns. And he stayed with Mark Crowell, the #1 tribute guitarist in St. Louis. Anyway, stayed with him. They're doing their thing. So then they hired another guy, Joe Smith, who's a cool guy. We go to Cancun, we go to dinner, we hang out. Cool guy. Anyway, but nothing like Sammy. Nothing at all. In other words, he sounds exactly like Jeff Tate from Queensryche.
Really?
Yeah, and he looks like Jesse James Dupree. So anyway, but what they did was, which I think was so fucking ignorant, is how Eddie found out that he was released from the band? Not a phone call, not nothing. He went to get on the Red website to check out, to start posting about future dates, because they got an agent they work with, Tom Swain, that gets them their out-of-state gigs. And then they got, Rich Donald at Pops that does the pop gigs, and they're getting on the spring tribute series at Pops, whatever. And he says, wait a minute, I'm not an administrator anymore.
Oh, Jesus.
What the fuck? I can't even get on my own page.
Oh, does that sound so familiar?
So then he had to get on another link to get on it, to even view it, to only see all his fucking pictures were taken down of him even being in the band. So then the keyboard player gets a hold of Eddie, and I guess he felt semi-guilty over being over all this bullshit going on. Like, well, Eddie, here's kind of the deal, la 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 la, and then he fucking spoke like an idiot because Wayne's not the brightest fucking cat on earth sometimes. And he told Eddie, he goes, well, Eddie, they're going to be giving you a call this weekend to officially announce that you're fired from Red. But what they're going to do is they also have a tribute band they were doing called 9 Lives, which is a tribute to REO,
Right.
So they're like, well, we're going to do REO and you can go on and do Red. So Eddie's like, fine. So he hooked up with Mark Crowell and all the other players from Three Lock Box. And they said, yeah, okay, we'll just call it Red. We'll just keep it going. We'll book the dates. Well, then so what the asshats in Red did was the guitar player and the drummer is they went ahead and put a big announcement out to basically try to beat Eddie to the punch for sake of argument. Well, Red's going to keep going. We've got Joe Davis Smith as our lead singer and all this bullshit. And I'm like, you high school ignorant motherfuckers, man. I mean,
dude, that's fucking cold.
Oh, just horrible.
That's fucked up.
Now, keep this in mind. These 3 guys have played music together in different factions for 20 plus years. And you turn around and do that to the fucking guy who's your so-called friend, man. How do you fucking do that?
There's no loyalty.
So these asshats, since they're in Red with Joe Davis, they were up for the Family Arena gig. They lost it. They gave it to Three Lock Box because, quite honestly, Tony Sr.'s like, hey, if it doesn't have Eddie in Red, it ain't going to fucking fly. It ain't going to happen. I mean, Joe Davis Smith is, like I said, I was in a band with him for a very short duration called Throw the Horns, like a side cover project, Great singer, man. But you just can't have Jeff Tate singing fucking Sammy tunes looking like Jesse James Dupree. It don't work.
No, not at all.
No. So now what they are now is Red is basically just a tribute to the music of Sammy. You know what I mean? Which is fine. I'm okay with a tribute to the music of. If I want to go here, we got a band. Okay, good example. Got a band in our area. They're called Yes Songs. They're a tribute to Yes.
But they don't act like Yes. They don't do anything like it. They just play the music.
And it's spot on perfect. I mean, they're killer. Craig Reno and them, they're just fantastic. Fantastic.
Good
but
stuff.
They're a tribute to the music of, which But the thing is, though, is when you're already a tribute to Sammy Hagar, and you got the look, you got the appeal, you got the show.
And you got 1,200 people showing up for your shows at Sauget.
Yeah, you got fucking redheads like hell, a big group of redheads that are there every single time.
Yeah,
and then
just
basically turn around.
The last show that I went to at Pops, the place was fucking packed.
Fuck yeah, man!
The place was fucking packed.
Well, just look at it this way. Remember when Van Halen fired Sammy Hagar for Gary Cherone? Look what happened there.
Yeah.
There you go.
It ain't going to last. I'm going to tell you right now, and I'll definitely be going to the Family Arena for the show with Anthony in Garcia. That's his name.
Ingracia.
And we'll be going to see that for sure, and that's going to be a great show. And I don't even know the date on that fucking show. I'll have to find out for us. Maybe I'll find out. So anyway, and you know what we talked about, and if you haven't had a chance to listen to it, folks, go to YouTube and go to kgfrocks.com. Interviews Eddie Christ. And it's a great interview. It's a 3-part interview, and we had a really good time doing it. And we talked about shit just like this.
Where'd you say to go see it?
You go to YouTube.
YouTube, right? Yeah,
yeah. Michael Williams did the camera work on the video.
Yeah,
for us.
Michael Williams
very good
quality. The quality is outstanding. We had a really good time, and we talked about all kinds of stuff. And Eddie is just the kind of guy, man. He just put his heart on his sleeve, and he opened up to me. And I hope you get a chance to listen to those. Very good interview, especially part 3. It's very good. Check out part 3. It's outstanding.
And here's the thing, just on a nutshell, so we're not dwelling on it all evening, but just to kind of put things in perspective. When Bobby and Tom and Eddie, and then they had Paul Smith, when they were in a cover band doing Sammy, just playing cover bands, none of those guys had ever played a large stage in their life. Nobody, not even Eddie. Nobody. The biggest thing they had was maybe 75 people in a fucking bar watching them play. That's all they ever had. Nothing. Tom Ackman has never had an audience for his guitar playing, or Bobby, or Wayne, now the keyboard player, or Paul's out of the band now. It's another guy playing bass. But point is, they never had an audience. And then through the connections, just me and Eddie's friendship, and then them working with us at the House of Rock, get on that show, and then blossoming them up, or them blossoming, as you can say it, my fucking tongue-tied shit going on here. Anyway, the point is, through Eddie and Eddie's hard work and connections, because we opened the door for them, but Eddie did all the work after that very first show, and he got them all these super cool gigs. Oh, yeah. From playing Michigan, playing out of state down in Kentucky, playing up in Indiana, Ohio, then playing all the pop show where they're playing to thousands of fucking people. Bobby and Tom would have never seen those stages, or if played to those kind of people ever in their life. It would have never. If it wasn't for Eddie, Chris. If it wasn't for Eddie, it would have never fucking happened. Never, ever in their life. Nope.
I don't think that they would have got the notoriety. I don't think.
Oh God, no! Hell no, man.
No.
Shit, no.
Well, Karma is a bitch,
Karma is a bitch, and both those bands I predict will fold. The problem is there will never be another Red.
I mean, there will never be another Red. Don't fuck with it. I mean, if
it ain't broke. I think they bit off more than they could chew with the.
Wait! I want to hear the soup. I want to hear the soup. If the soup, what?
If the soup is perfect, don't add more fucking salt.
Okay, that's
good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if the soup is perfect, don't fuck with it. Don't add something to it.
That's not a freeism. That is actually a Boyerism. Right there.
Yeah,
it just must be like good. Don't put more salt in it.
It must be your state.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean,
that's exactly it, man.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And they did so much, and their stage presence was great. It was spot on. I mean, what's the matter, Tom? You weren't getting enough solo time?
Exactly. As a matter of fact,
you weren't getting enough solo
time.
Man. I mean, really, seriously. And the keyboard. No offense to the keyboard player, but dude, do they have to have you all the way back behind the drummer? I mean, seriously.
Yeah, they do. They will not give Wayne any stage space whatsoever.
That don't make no fucking sense. That don't make no sense. The keyboardist is up there. He should be jamming with Sammy Hagar. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. And like you said, I like Tom. He's always been honest with me and open with me when I've talked to him. And I know Bobby has done so much for KGFRocks.com. Okay? But I think you made a mistake, guys. I think you really made a mistake.
Here's the deal. Tom, as a human, is actually, and I say this all the time, man, is actually an okay guy as a person, okay? Because like I said, he's over at the house all the time. Me and him will go pop down to Morrison's. We'll fucking have a bunch of, black and tans, from the bar. We'll drink. We'll have a good time. We go to Cancun together, have a great time. But you can't be in a band with him. There's some guys that just don't know how to work in a band format. And Ackman is one of those guys. Bobby's another one. You cannot work with these asshats in a band.
David Ross like that too.
Yeah, they lasted so long. Did you? They went. I mean, I'm thinking, didn't they go like almost 5 years?
Yeah,
almost 5 years they made it. So that was a long time ago. I mean,
and this summer would have been their biggest yet.
Oh yeah,
because they got a great agent that was going to work with them.
Yeah, and I don't know when the band turns the head of Sammy Hagar himself, which it did. Basically,
right.
I mean,
hell, his son Aaron was at some of their shows.
If you've got Sammy Hagar's ear, then you're doing something right. And
it's like Sammy Hagar from St. Louis or something.
He got a lot of prowess in St. Louis. This is where when he came to town with Montrose, the city of St. Louis took him under their wing. And when he went solo, it was all KC 95. It was, he hit the Midwest. When he hit the Midwest, he hit it here in St. Louis first.
It's kind of like this, Guido. In St. Louis, as Conquest, because Conquest has been here for 28 years, and we have our recognition. But sometimes when, even in your backyard, you don't get a whole lot of love, as they say. We have our recognition. We do our great shows. We have a blast, and we do this and that. But when you're part of the scene every day and you're just an everyday face, it's not that special, honestly, in a sense. But yet you go out of your backyard to someone else's, and all of a sudden you're like, hey, fuck. Like Chicago. That's why we play Chicago so much. We're huge in Chicago. We can't buy a drink at a bar anywhere in Chicago. We walk in, it's like, oh, fuck, it's
so
Conquest.
good, man.
Yeah, we do we do great in Chicago. That's actually our label. Our main label, Dark Star Sony's out of Los Angeles. Okay, but there's a satellite, the satellite, which is Lloyd Freeze's part, a subsidiary of Dark Star Sony, which is out of Chicago. So we tell everybody we're out of Chicago. Honestly, because our label is we may reside here in the Lou area, but we're truly out of actual distribution rights, and our selling capacity and everything else is actually out of Lloyd Freeze's office in Chicago. So it's kind of like that with Sammy Hagar. Back in the old Southern California and days and this and that, he was okay there. He did well, but the Midwest, for some reason, adopted him, especially St. Louis. Totally adopted him.
Yeah, because we didn't know nothing about Sammy Hagar and up here east until Your Love Is Driving Me Crazy,
Right.
Up in the early 80s when he was starting to get some radio exposure, and then VOA came out and he exploded here on the East Coast, and then he went to Van Halen. So pretty much most people a lot of people think Van Halen was his first band.
There's a lot of bands that get Midwest notoriety, or they get British notoriety, and they're from the States, and they don't get shit in the States, and they get notoriety over in Europe. There's plenty of bands from Europe that get more notoriety here in the United States than they do in Europe. So it's vice versa, and I think that has to do with getting out of your own skin and getting out of your area and your comfort zone.
It all depends on where you are too, because there's this Canadian rock band called the Tragically Hip that are huge in Canada, and here in Buffalo they sell out every time they come. But if they go towards your way, they're playing at Pops. Yeah. And when they sell out here, they sell out where the Buffalo Sabres play. Okay.
Right.
They sell in arenas, but then they go out your way and they're going to play in little clubs.
Oh yeah, definitely.
A lot of that is also getting air. But see, back in the day of the Sammys and Rush and everything, K-Shit 95, that's when they were an independent station, and it was no different than what KGF Rocks is now, where the freedom of all the jocks can play independent new artists without being scolded by going, oh, wait a minute.
You can't play that.
Corporate didn't agree to that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you must have taken cocaine for that, because you're not supposed to play that on – that label is forbidden on our station. What do you mean the label's – it's a great fucking song. And everybody else is playing it. I don't give a fuck. I own the station. You'll do what I say. And that's where radio went.
Right. So the K-Sheet now, K-Shit now, even the point, whatever, they are so, corporate formatted computer that, unless it's already a number one selling, band in other formats, what's called the A market versus the B market, in a sense.
Right.
That they won't play them. They won't give them no love. But back in those days, K-She, that's actually what made K-She. It's a shame because back then they were called K-She 95. Now they're called K-Shit. But back then, that's what made them famous, was because they gave independence.
Do you remember when K-She, the Seventh Day, was all about the new stuff that came out?
That's right.
You remember the old saying, if you're starting your recorders, start them now. And then they will play the fucking album. Yeah, and you can record it right
like that too. Yeah, you could get we had one here called 97 Rock. It's still around, but it's like K-She now. It's corporate, but back in the day they'd play live recordings that you couldn't buy these live recordings. They were actual live recordings that only they had.
I remember specifically they did Black Sabbath came to town and they did a simulcast from Kiel Auditorium.
Yeah,
and I sat in my garage and listened to Black Sabbath live at Kiel Auditorium. It was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah. Those days are gone, man. They would never do that now. They would never fucking do that.
But you know who would? Radio. KGF Rocks would.
That's right.
KGF
that's what I tell people all the time, man. When I always refer to KGF Rocks and really, honestly, all the independent internet radio stations across the country, because we as Conquest, we've been interviewed and we've worked with, TFOK and all the rest of them, So we've got to know some of these cats, man, and it's kind of all the same format. It's really cool guys with independent stations playing great independent music, nationals and new artists and this and that. And I always tell everybody about KGF Rocks. I'm like, look, man, we're like the new craft beer. Mm-hmm. We're the new craft beer. It's because everything it's smaller, but the quality is a fucking hell of a lot better, man. And people are more and more coming in because they're realizing it. It's like now, everybody I know, I don't know anybody anymore personally that goes to bars and buys a fucking Bud Light, which there's nothing wrong with Bud Light, but people are into craft beers because there's a bit of more of a flavor. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yep.
So much so it's made InBev so nervous, or actually used to be Anheuser-Busch, but InBev, the Belgians, made them so nervous now that they're trying to buy up all the craft market because they're trying to grab a monopoly on it. Well, it's no different than like KGF Rocks. Here we're starting to turn more heads, and people are like, I can go hear those same fucking shitty songs in rotation 24 hours on K-Shit 95 or the Punk, 105.7 the Punk, or I can come to KGF Rocks and get everything I fucking want, and it's vastly different. It's great.
Completely different.
Oh, it is. And, there's things and there's hidden gems in there and stuff. Like today I was listening, and there's a Buffalo-based band that I put in there. Whose name's Talus. It was Billy Sheehan's first band.
Yeah, Talus.
Right. And I'm like, nobody fucking plays Talus.
No.
I mean, nobody plays a lot of the stuff we play.
Nobody plays Wishbone Ash anymore. Nobody.
No, they don't.
Nobody. I was listening yesterday, and it was on auto, and it played a half an hour, and I said, "Oh my God!" And every time I heard something, I said, "What?" And some bands, and then it played Conquest, and then it would play Desert
Dragon.
Desert Dragon, yeah, Desert Dragon. I said, "Oh my God, I haven't heard that in over a year." So the rotation works, and it's on.
The rotation's cool. The diversity of the rotation is badass, man. Because like I have parties here. Like last night, a good example. We had adult game night here. We played that fucking crazy game, Cards Against Humanity. It's fucking funnier and shit. Anyway, and Eddie and everybody was over, and I just fucking put KGF Rocks on, and I just turn the computer on, and we just jam out all night, man. It's badass,
Oh, excellent.
And every once in a while, like a song will come on, I'm like, oh, I don't like that song. But then I think to myself, well, it's not about me.
When we load the music in, it was funny as hell, man. When we used to load the music in, and he'd put in a song, I said, "That sucks, man." He said, and he goes, "Oh, come on, man." And I said, all right, it's not about us. It's about the listener, and we don't know what they like and what they don't like. So we have to put in everything for all tastes of music.
Sure. And that's what we want it to be. We didn't want to be a genre-defined in rock thing. And we got blues, we got punk, we got metal, we got classic rock.
What are we rated on the station? We are rated number 3 in blues.
Number 3 in blues and number 2 in rock.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I mean, we're a rated station on Stream License and Streamcast, and you know what? Hey, listen, it's good stuff. It's good. It's fun. It's fun to keep the station. I'm going to keep it going, and hopefully, it only takes guys. It only takes one major event to put this station on the map, and. Right. I think we need to find out.
And we're getting there because right now, we have kind of a thing with Rock and Brews, the Kiss restaurants. We've got, passes for them. We even got a commercial spot from them, paid commercial spot that we did for them. Right. So slowly we're trickling in there. The problem with everything is what people don't realize: a big radio is a multi-million-dollar industry where everything costs a lot of money, but they're getting InBev's paying them millions of dollars. This company's paying them millions of dollars. We don't get that.
No, we don't get paid. We just get the satisfaction of knowing that you're out there listening.
Sure, and that's why we do it, all of us. That's why Rob, came on, and I remember when Free Ride I said, "Has he ever done it before?" And he's like, "No." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then the first time I heard Rob talk, I'm like, "Oh my God, he's born to be on the radio."
I got a face for radio.
And then it's like,
yeah.
Everybody that works with us, I won't say for us because they don't get paid, works with us, is a music lover in some sort.
Right. Exactly. And we like it that way. And we cover, all of our DJs are a little bit different. All of our DJs do something a little bit different. Diamond's a little bit poppy. I'm totally classic rock, and we got Zookeeper Bob.
Zookeeper progressive.
Yeah, progressive rock, and then we have what's his name?
Wild
Bill Hill. By the way, folks, he's doing 2 shows this week, and Wild Bill does the newer rock and the hidden rock, and and then of course there's your show, the Metal Enema. So we cover a lot of genres in the rock realm, as it were, and I just can't express how excited I am, and I want to know, I want to know, you're with us, right, Rob?
I'm right here.
I want to know, is being a DJ opened your eyes about music any? Have you learned anything along the way?
Sure.
You've been doing this for more, just over. This is like your anniversary. You've been doing this a little over a year, right?
Yeah, actually I have, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, have you learned anything about music since you've been doing this?
Well, the cool thing is I investigate a little bit more now than I used to. So, like when I talk about a band, I can actually talk about the band and actually have some facts behind me,
Right. That makes sense.
Which is pretty cool, and you learn shit. You're like surprised, like what the hell? I got a buddy of mine that I've brought in a couple of times, and I'm gonna have him come in some more. His name's Phil Kane, and him and Tim McFarland, those 2 guys, great guys. And what they do is they have a digital magazine called Death by Metal St. Louis. Mm-hmm. And Phil also works at CD Reunion, which is an independent record shop. And a lot of times I'll have Phil come in and he'll just sit in on the whole show with me, and he'll interview him, and we'll just talk about things in the area and music and whatnot. But he has got an index of independent music that's through the roof. I mean, it's incredible how much he has, and his knowledge is nuts, man. So I learn a lot from Phil, actually. And he helps me quite a bit, with just the trivia of the different bands that I'm playing and going to be playing.
He's got his own fucking producer, Guido.
That's awesome.
No wonder his show kicks ass. Hey, he's got his own fucking producer. The guy here, talk about this. Here, talk about that. He's got a guy. It's like, what's his name? Howard Stern and what's her name? Who was the black
Baba
guy?
Booey.
Yeah.
Robin.
She used to sit behind the glass, and she was the producer of the show. And you got your own little producer there.
Well, she started off as the news person. She's probably one of the highest paid news anchors in America.
He takes good care of her. Yeah. He takes care of her. She's still doing it. I mean, I think it's hilarious. I think it's funny as hell. So I think being on the radio is like being like today. I did my classic show this morning, and I played some stuff that was so soft, but I got so much reaction from everyone on Facebook. But the week before was Super Bowl Sunday, and nobody said a word to me. Right. If you can,
because they were all out protesting Trump that day.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no shit. Fucking asshats.
I just, those are the shows that I cherish, are the ones where I get a lot of response from the people on Facebook and on Twitter or whatever. And I think the radio station is going to surprise a lot of people this year. It's going to be a good year in 2017 for us here at KGF Rocks.
Sure. Well, it appears on my end to be growing. So I get more. Go ahead.
We're going to do a lot more. I really have some definite plans to do something different this year than we've ever done before, and I think it might take us where we need to be. Like I said, it only takes one event, one really good event to kick this station off and to put our name on the map. So we're going to attempt to do that this summer. It's going to be a lot of fun, I think.
Stay tuned. We're going to have the KGF Rocks Kissing Booth coming to town near you.
Kissing Booth, yeah. I'll give you an autographed bumper sticker if for $1 for a kiss. And so, yeah. And I'm going to be all made up like Gene Simmons with a big long tongue.
But here's the kicker to it. We like to be politically correct, but you have to be a woman.
But you have to be a woman.
And you have to know. Decided that you're a woman.
You must be a woman. You must be a woman of the fair
and you have to have female parts that came to you from
when
birth.
You were born.
Right. So
you must be born with them.
Unless you get in freeze line, then you can have a penis and boobs. And
no. No,
he wears rainbow underwear.
No, I do not. I do wear salmon color underwear.
Salmon color underwear.
That's cute.
In my boxers, I got nothing better to do than to sit in my room and talk to you two guys in my boxers and a t-shirt.
Let me tell you something, Rob. One day we decided, me and him, to do this show for me and him to see each other with the cameras so that we can give each other cues, whatever. He fucking takes his pants off in front of me. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? You can't.
That's great.
I even waved at him and smiled, because I knew he was watching. He couldn't take his eyes off of me. That's just the way.
So Todd, I got to ask you. You mentioned you wear boxers, right?
Yes, sir.
Aren't you afraid of ball drag in your future?
No. But I do have a problem now, and I'm going to ask this question of everyone out there. This goes out to everyone out there who's listening. Now, men, do sometimes your ball sack stick to your leg? Now,
not sometimes, all the time.
Let's be honest here. Because my wife says I'm crazy, and when I rip it off of that fucking leg, it's like ripping Velcro off that motherfucker.
Oh, it's like when your leg gets stuck to the leather seat.
Oh, motherfucker! Oh, the injury.
Oh yeah. If you let it too long and the sweat dries, it's crust, and then it's hard to get off.
Yeah, that's
Start making your own gravy down there,
That's right.
Yeah. Well, you got the Vermont cheese.
I got the Vermont cheese. I got Vermont cheese.
I said that one girl. I was bowling one time with my cousin, and she likes girls, so she had a girlfriend with her, and
was her girlfriend hot?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said to her she said something about cheese. I was like, do you like Vermont cheese? She's like, yeah, I love that on my salad. I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay. I'll see to it next time you have a salad around me.
Yeah. So
you mentioned the two girls. We have a good friend of ours. Her name's Angie, and she's one of my wife's best friends. Really, really cute chick, and she's into girls, and she's got her girlfriend. His name's Tess, and she's really cute too. So it's like everybody's like, all my buddies are like, hey, so is Angie and Tess coming over tonight?
There's nothing like seeing two beautiful women kissing, man. There's nothing fucking.
But usually,
like
what it is, it's one chick is gorgeous, and the other one looks like Rod Serling from fucking.
Right. Yeah, we got one. I got a unibrow and shit.
Right. No shit,
man. and wears real short pigtails and shit. Yeah.
No, they look like Canadians. Leather jackets and mullets.
Yeah, they look like Canadians. And they've got a wrench on one hip and a flashlight on the other. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? That's why one thing I said, I don't care if like President Trump has good policies or does this or does that. I'm back to be able to say whatever the fuck I want to say.
Yeah, we can say pretty much any fucking thing we want without offending anyone.
This is what I keep telling all these clowns that are protesting and bitching. I'm like, look, man, it's like this. If you don't like the dude, then in 4 years vote to get rid of him. Yeah. But what if he does something that you do like? Then you vote for to stay in. But I said, but if you don't like him, you don't like him. If you like him, you like him. But all this protesting bullshit is going to do fucking nothing, idiot assholes.
If I can live through 8 years of Obama, then I can live through 4 years of Trump. And if he does the country some good, then fucking A, I'll vote for him again. But if he fucks up, I'll be the first one to say, fuck you, dude.
I got to start rationing stuff in my house. Because my wife just took a quarter cup of creamer and put it in her coffee. That's it.
Oh my God.
She's getting rationed little containers. That's all.
Oh, that's it. No matter.
Why?
Expensive. Because that's like $6 a bottle. We buy the good shit, man.
Okay.
The coffee mate is more expensive than the coffee, man. A jug of fucking Coffee Mate is like $12, and the coffee is only $9 for 5 pounds. For Christ's sake!
If you want that much cream in there, fucking have a hot milk sundae or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, and
I'm not a huge coffee guy, so I don't dabble that much into creamers and shit myself.
I love my coffee, man. I gotta have.
I will at times have a vanilla iced coffee from McDonald's if I'm grabbing some, chemically altered fucking food for the morning drive to work.
Buying coffee from McDonald's, that's not coffee, my friend.
Yeah, that's poison, man. And you know why they had to put the label on the cup, right?
Because somebody burned their crotch, man.
Somebody burned her twat. She got her twat burned and had blisters on the lips and everything else, and she sued the fuck out of McDonald's.
You know what it was? I don't believe that she had that. I think she just had herpes and didn't want to tell her wife. Burned it.
You're right, Guido. We can all be politically incorrect now, and it's great.
Oh, my God.
Well,
hey,
I got
you're the unfortunate soul out there that sued McDonald's to have because you had your crotch burned, Guido says you had herpes. And
I have a character, Rob. He's on Facebook now, too. It's called The Pig.
I saw a picture. Actually, I saw a picture of her and her husband, and he did have a few fever blisters on his lip. So that could be it, man. You could be. Hey, we're getting down to 2 minutes left on the show, guys.
No soup.
Okay.
2 minutes left on the show. I did want to say, Rob Boyer, tomorrow night, right?
Yes,
Monday,
sir.
Yeah, tomorrow night, and tell us what time.
I am 9 to 11 Eastern, 8 to 11 Eastern, 7 to 10 Central.
All right, 7 to 10 Central, right here on KGFRocks.com. Hey, man,
I got a lot of. I got a lot of buddies in Atlanta and a lot of buddies up there in Connecticut and shit that listen to my show. So I always have to make sure I get the Eastern time on there so they don't fucking miss any of it.
Oh yeah, we don't want to miss any of your show. But thanks a lot.
If you just do like everybody else does, just tell it Eastern. Other people know how to do it.
The people in the Central don't, man. You tell someone Eastern time, they're like, "What the fuck? Is that tomorrow?"
What the fuck is Central time, right? I mean, daylight savings time. What the hell is that all about? It's about the farms, man. No, it's not. It's about them robbing me of daylight every fucking day. You know, I can't stand the wintertime. I just go into hibernation. But hey, listen, we can't really delve into that too much, okay? But what we can do is we're done, man. Hey, this is Conjugal Visits, and our guest has been Rob Boyer. As a matter of fact, Rob,
thank you.
You just broke the fucking record, man. No one has stayed alive on our show this long. So
I know usually I pass out.
Usually it's like, we get an hour out of you. So anyways, thanks a lot for listening, folks. Tell a friend about us here at KGFRocks.com. Everybody have a good evening. Thanks again. Good night.
Good night.
It's Sunday night, and this is the Conjugal Visit on KGFRocks.com.